bit of space for DTR on this bottom lane, but I don't think that was at all what they wanted.
Navi now like this, really just missing the kill, and of course, again, they did force the TP, so DJR does get space at bottom, but that's definitely not what they want.
They give it an aggressive go. They even use the Sonic Wave. Weehaw, he doesn't have the Chemical Rage, and he's gonna go down. Just really nice play there from Dendi, taking advantage of all the denies he'd been able to get, and yeah, also the initial dual lane, of course, sapping some of that experience on the Alk. I'm impressed. Either way, I'm still concerned though. We've got Seneko. He is level 3 running around in his first nighttime. He's made 1 kill latch. He needs to get maybe a couple more, I think, to be, you know, super useful.
Oh, and they look like they wanted to do something on they lost vision at the edge of that ward there. Yeah. In the meantime, Dendi's gonna go for top room, but Axmo already took it. Dendi's not gonna be happy about that.
Yeah. And speaking of not being happy, Misery, he gets Searing Chainsed up. He's going to get auto attack down here. He tries to use the back and they just need 1 more and they manage to get it. Helps that Seneko had a DD just a little bit there. But I was really surprised that Misery ended up being the one coming back down to that bottom lane.
Yeah, you know, they were doing really well, but I guess they wanted to just use the efficiency of their TP, the teleportation top between the 2 heroes, the Wraith King and the Apparition. I think the lane swap is bad at this point. I think it would have been nice if they would have been able to stay in this lane and pressure the around more, but it's still free farm on the Wraith.
Yeah. And we've also got, I have to say, for Secret, good levels coming out of Puppy. It's something where, I mean, he has to be the one actually staying in the tri-lane, but the fact that he's level 4, it's something where you often see the Ancient Apparition being forced to run around and stack and do all these errands for the team. So it's nice to see him getting some, but Darkseer running back down to that bottom lane, and all the heroes for Secret chilling in their jungle, of course trying to get up some stacks for Weehaw. Yeah, this is gonna give DTR a little bit of space, although he has a lot of catching up to do at 19 and 4.
I think against Darkseer though, he should have a relatively I mean, if Night Stalker's missing off the map and Darkseer's going up against the Spirit, you just have to play way far back.
Yeah.
Because Ember's one of those heroes. In the meantime, Wraith King.
Oh.
Yeah, he goes down. The Clockwork spots him out in the woods with the Night Stalker nighttime vision. Simply go on top of him with the cogs as well as battery and assault him down.
And it looks like Dendi,
might go down as well here.
Yeah, Dendi has found more. They've got the void. They just need 2 more auto attacks, but he's returning up.
Oh,
the creep
so close
almost
to the neutral
got that.
deny, actually.
So, well played there, catching out a number of people using that extra nighttime vision, and this is what we talked about. It's really hit or miss when you pick up a Night Stalker, but they're making it work on Na'Vi, and slowly but surely it's starting to pull them ahead. I hear a coke shot onto the bottom lane, it's Pylai die, but the battery assault, no match for the Nightmare. Can Seneko catch up? It just turned daytime, so that would be a no. So, well played.
Coming in, so they might get the Stalker here with double Iron Shell.
It's looking like it. Seneko just burning down super fast, as you mentioned. Darkseer actually gets the last hit, but that's gonna be fine, so.
The Night Stalker was taking 180 magic damage per second during the duration of the stun. I mentioned the stun damage. Eternal Envy actually tried to get the last hit, but he realized that the damage over time was too strong.
Just out hits him a little bit, so taking a look at the network, Dendi is actually still at the top of it. Obviously the 2 kills help with that a lot, as he does have a bunch of CS, but they're making stacks for Weehaw. I mean, obviously these wards gonna help them sort of contest them. It's feeling like they're gonna have to come next nighttime, really keep check on this Alchemist, because otherwise he's just gonna fall out of control.
Yeah, they definitely have to suppress him somehow. I think the best way to do this would actually just be pushing into the towers as much as possible during daytime, and just go for a smoke at nighttime. At nighttime, not only are Secret disadvantaged, but they have a huge advantage with the Night Stalker as well. Yeah. Because Secret don't have the aggressive heroes that can just run in all the time. As mentioned before earlier in the draft, they don't have too many disabled setups aside from the Wraith King going in.
Yeah, it's actually a really weird draft. I'm kind of expecting Wraith King to go Blink next, but he may also just want that armlet up soon, as you mentioned, just depending on how soon the push comes. I can see him itemizing differently. And they have ward vision. They might be able to steal these from Weehaw. I mean, that itself would be a little bit of a win.
It definitely looks like they want to do something here. With Clockwork in position, I think Dendi can actually farm this thing up.
Yeah,
this unfortunately, is a nice game, but Secret want to protect it, so they're coming in.
Yeah, and I think some of their wards, the ward in mid may have seen that. Here comes Envy. Can he get the Wraithfire blast off on for Dendi. Oh, we've also got AA around. Weehaw is taking it, and he's taking no damage because of that chemical rage. They're gonna throw a rocket, gets one, not enough, and everybody gonna be leaving the dire jungle. As we say that.
You know, I would have said this is still a nice move from Navi, since they forced a whole bunch of heroes top that didn't really want to be there. Like the Wraith King, for example, now he's farming neutrals. Not something he could be doing right now when he's level 7. But Ember wasn't free farming. He was actually looking for an engagement as well. He lost some time out, and as a result, like, other teams really get the best of the engagement.
Yeah.
Thereof. Soneko actually catches level 6 at Hops to Darkness for reasons I do not know.
I was gonna comment on that. It is something where sometimes you're just striking the fear into your opponent's team.
But he's showing himself in lane.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe hoping to capitalize, maybe trying to make them think that they can't do other wards and so on. I don't think that was on purpose at this point in the game.
Yeah, he might have skilled and clicked again. I don't know. He seems like a little higher EXP, but regardless, they're at bottom now. It looks like there's gonna be an engagement for sure here this time.
Now Misery, he is gonna use that surge. He actually runs down, running into the creep wave. He's probably just buying time for his team to get there. He gets a nice wall out. Does he have the vacuum? He's silenced though. Gonna be a little bit of an AA wall. It's gonna hit on 2, but Misery's already gone. Soneko's quickly to follow, and now in comes Dendi. He does have that sonic wave up, of course. Let's see what he can do. Shallow Grave onto Odd Style, and Puppy is Nightmare, but Rockets are just gonna tickle them. Envy, he's coming in from behind. I think Odd Style's gonna be taking a race by a blast of Envy, as he didn't stand about it, but now he's under tower. DJ Rob going in deep onto Puppy. He's the one who takes the race by a blast. He'll come down onto him, but suddenly his team of Secrets are on the back line. Puppy falling. Envy has to be careful. He might burn his second life. We see Highlight Die go down, and I think they're gonna burn at least 1 life onto Envy. He's actually coming around trying to hit onto Dendi, but there's no such luck. And I think easily get a second life here. They've got slows. They actually throw out the unstable concussion on 2, but Dendi, he just has to line this up, and he can get a sonic wave on Envy and the entire creep wave. There we go. They get the kill, and a disastrous team fight for Secret. I really thought and let's see if they can catch out Weehaw as well. Or is Dendi's gonna take the rune? Oh, let's see. He gets the invis. Weehaw's going down. Nothing but his troubles. Unstable concoction. Chemical rage is strong, but not that strong. So that was a disaster. That was a 5-man team wipe. They've actually just respawned because of how long it took.
No, I can't believe Weehaw went for that rune at the end there. That was beyond hope. That was suicidal, man. Like, they're still chasing you down. They just hit the sonic wave on you, and they're most likely gonna blink forward and try to do something. Taking that path to the side there is just saying, I'm forfeiting my life for this rune, and
they have
get
no
the rune
vision.
restall, so I don't know about that one.
I feel like it was extra surprising because there was no vision. If Secret had vision here, right, I would maybe understand. Maybe he saw the invis rune, he thought it would be his way out, checking their heroes, seeing a lack of detection, except on the Dazzle. You know, maybe you're like, this is my chance to escape. But there was no hope there, and it's just going to put Dendi further and further ahead. He's getting mad kills. He's 4-0-1. He's going to have an Orchid really soon, which of course sucks for your dogs here, albeit he's getting closer and closer to the Guardian Greaves, but you know, if you catch the Alk before he pops off that chemical rage, pretty easy kill, I think, for a QOP. It's not where we're used to seeing Secret against Navi.
Yeah, most certainly. Again, it's just not a spot that Secret want to be in either, for sure, and it's going to be getting better. I mean, again, Navi's heroes are very aggressive. Have these tools within these heroes to be able to fight up against anytime in their woods and just gang them up non-stop.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the reason why Secret's being forced to 4-man jungle / have some synergy time in the woods together. Look like they want to smoke, but even these smokes, it's very hard to isolate some of these targets. Like if Disastrous spots no isolate, he's gonna be able to get away with it.
You say this, but they're giving it a go onto the DJ Raw. And it's gonna be self-stun.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
It's so hard again. Like their initiation comes in the form of raking, and now they're gonna go roll. This is a nice follow-up. Yeah.
It does look like Navi not really aware of this. Not even a remnant in the pit or something. Really well played. Obviously enabled by Weehaw.
I think they're aware.
Oh, as I say, we got a rocket. Weeha's really low. Ichiro's finally throws in the remnant, and yeah. Oh, there's gonna be a hook shot isolating Envy. It was a level 1 also, so he's gonna be dead again. You can see Dax Escalating, pick him off. Dendi gets that kill. Yeah, the clockwork dies, but very much worth the Deeper up. Runs through the wall twice. Big sonic wave coming up from Dendi. Pilot die. He's trying to live on the edge, but Dendi manages to find him, and now they'd have to think about going high ground. Dendi actually takes quite a few hits from the tower, but he, again, in typical fashion of this game, he has a DP. Weehaw, he's thinking about going in. He gets silenced, but he's just going to be auto-attacked down. Unstable, Chemical Rage does nothing here. Dendi actually blinks over and leaves Seneko to get the kill, not managing to get the self-stun. Dendi playing way back up. Is Seneko just solo killing Misery? Oh no, Dendi comes in to give him a
Poppy's
hand.
dead too, I think. He doesn't have mana.
Yeah.
He's got 6 charges, but Seneko's gonna nuke.
Oh, Seneko, it's nighttime. Oh, he actually gives it up though, Seneko. You've got to just go for it. You've got him. You have to go all the way, but instead, looks like he might be taking a tumble. There are a lot of heroes around here, and he goes down. I think when you dive that hard, you know you're gonna die.
Yeah,
So you just have to go for it.
I think he should have committed the silence with the magic stick and then use his mango for the void and just commit for the kill and get out. I mean, he doesn't lose the mango now, but yeah, he's still got mango and darkness.
It's, you know, it's 15 minutes in. I'm not sure you value mango. So, but as you said, it is a bad engagement's being taken for Secret. Now we see Na'Vi 5k ahead in net worth, 5,000 experience, and to me this is almost more worrisome when you look at the levels. Secret has people, a lot of them. Even Envy is only level 8, whereas we see Dichiral's level 10, Dendi's level 11. Both the supports level 8 or above. I mean, this Nightstalker's level 9. It's really scary when you see a support Nightstalker that high level. And Hookshot gonna miss Axmo, I think, wanting the creep to be killed off by Dendi before he went for that. But they're gonna pop Nighttime, and that kind of, you know, it covers your shame.
No venture, no gain. Yeah, nothing really lost of it.
Yeah. So if you're
Thanks for
Secret,
Na'Vi.
yeah, if you're Secret, how do you come back from this? Obviously, we already talked in the draft that Na'Vi has the early aggression. They're putting it to work. It does feel like Secret, you know, I wouldn't say a Wraith King goes as hard carry as an Ember, but they certainly have a point in the game where I feel like the Darkseer will be online, will have his initiation, as well will EE, and obviously an Ice Blast into a vacuum is wombo combo. So do you think they just kind of try to wait to get those items on key heroes and then go for the fight?
I definitely think the items have a lot to do with it. Envy really wants his Blade Mail, and I think Weeha's got enough mana, enough gold. He's got 2 in the bank if he wanted to finish the Solar Crest, although it doesn't look bad yet. Might just go for a Sand or something like that to buff side points a little more, but do is what they just did actually. Even though it was nighttime, you can't really have all these cores sitting in one lane together without a purpose, because they haven't taken any towers. Without tier 1 towers, entry into enemy woods like almost, especially against heroes like Nice Off and Clockwork. It looks like they want to assemble for a 5-man push of some sort here, but I can't see this being very efficient.
And at the same time, Na'Vi's taking their tower on top.
Exactly.
Dendi already has his Orchid up. Seneko is working on probably the Ags, but maybe depending on how he sees this game going, could be a BKB instead. That missed the Ags though.
Oh. He's not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's rocking Tranquils and Wards. I mean, I didn't expect Puppy to have a lot of fun in this game, but it's rough for an AA. You are a hero that desperately wants that Aghanim Scepter, and you can build him in a way that he doesn't get that, but obviously the extra duration with how the Ags works and the fact that you're running a Wraith King and Alcohol, we're going to see an engagement. Dendi actually throws out a little bit of a stream. They're all going to dodge that Ice Blast. Archstyle looking like he's going to be burnt down, but the rest of them are still full. Let's see what they can get. Ember Spirit on the backline picks up Bane. I need to zoom all the way out because this team fight is hectic. Envy again caught out. This time he does have the second line. DJ Round is running through all of them. He's chopping up Misery, so he can't throw the wall vacuum combo. They get 1 life, and now Weehaw, did he just jump stun? It looks like he did. Sonic Wave comes up. Misery manages to drop the wall, but no vacuum, and now Dendi's coming back in. The auto attack also from DJ Raw with the hook shot. It's gonna be another huge set of kills for the lineup of Na'Vi, and they are just ripping through Secret.
Yep, so Diarra actually pushed Blink, pardon me, not Diarra, Weeha on the opposite side. That was a 2k kill that supported the spot at the side shopping. The result is they do get a tier 1 tower at the end of the day, but at what cost really, right? I mean, the Alchemist invested his money into a Blink now, so all they can do at this point, they don't have alternatives. All they can do is actually smoke into Na'Vi and hope that they're split up or isolate Dazzle somehow. That's how they want to approach these fights with the AA Blast connecting, and sadly, even though they got the Dazzle Snipe, they weren't able to connect the AA Blast on anybody in the last fight, and of course, like, Na'Vi came in so strong from the side with the newly picked up items, the Orchid, the Elemental coming in, Paste Rune. A lot of things were going already for Secret.
Ichiro played that perfectly. He was at the edges, got the Bane pick off, and then he stunned up Misery. with no vacuum wall combo, there's just no wombo combo yet for Secret. I mean, yeah, Envy, he's a Wraith King with a Blade Mail. He doesn't hit like a truck yet. He doesn't hit hard and fast enough. So it's something where I think they need a lot more on him, and maybe not the position I think Secret was expecting to be in as well, because this outbuild, you mentioned it, the blink, it often means that you think you're going to be initiating, you're going to be getting these pickoffs. I'm not so sure with the few items they have, but as you said, they take the opportunity, they've got the smoke up.
Yeah, this is, honestly, with these items that they have right now, this is all they can do. The only way they can come back is to force ridiculous fights that Navi is not prepared for, and just hope they win. Actually, the alternative is, I guess, going for Roshan like this. Through the woods, and then Navi are keenly aware of it, actually throwing that preemptive rocket flare, and yeah, they're aware of it. So Secret's movements, as obvious they may be, Navi realize it too.
Yeah, and they're gonna go for it. Okay, Roshan looks so confused when he's got a casual bit of damage. They send a rocket into their woods, you can see, for Navi, taking a look around, and now it looks like they're planning on smoking up. I see pings. I don't see a smoke yet on anyone, so I'm not sure. Nope, that's just gonna be Navi saying that they're going for it. We have the illusions picked up by Misery, and Roshan, he is actually getting pretty low, but immediately the lineup of Secret leaving the Roshan pit. They know better. They know they've missed a few fights, but they managed to get the hook shot onto Envy. He doesn't have a second life again. They need to help him out here. He pops that Blade Mail, it does a lot of damage to Axmo, and with the AA block, it looks like it's going to be goodbye Clockwork, but Envy may fall in exchange. He's getting very low. One more auto attack. Ember Spirit ends up getting that. Misery drops a wall. It's a zoning wall. It's not the type that you want, and it looks like Navi may just chill and take this tower. Again, not an advantageous trade. I mean, Secret is so far behind that this looks advantageous, but you don't want to be losing Envy over and over. 7.5 thousand gold behind and 10,000 experience. Seneca is level 11.
Yeah, this is obviously a real problem for the side of Secret. Again, all they can do now is just rotate back to their lanes and wait for the next smoke or opportunity that all 5 heroes can assemble, because they're just not farming anything.
Yeah.
Not gonna come.
Now, I also wanted to talk about this Ember Spirit. Obviously, we all saw Dichira had an awful lane in bottom. He is getting very close to that Battle Fury, and timings on Battle Fury this patch, like average timing, is 25 minutes. Considering Dichira's lane, I'm really impressed. Albeit that stat usually includes someone going to drums in between, but still, he had like 7 CS in the laning phase.
Yeah.
So, I'm really impressed, and this feels like Navi really have Secret's number. You mentioned it could be that they've scrimmed a bunch and they kind of knew what they were fighting into, but I have to say they're playing really well. Seneko, it isn't only BKB. I thought I was crazy saying that, okay? I actually thought I was going to get mocked mercilessly for suggesting that Night Stalker might go BKB before the Ags here.
Actually, Seneko is one of the few players I think he does this like all the time. I know. He just goes BKB over the Ags, and the thing with Night Stalker is you really want both, but as a 4-position Night Stalker, most of the time you're not the one that's in the middle of the fight trying to spells. That's why they get the Agony, so you can just provide the vision. You know, if you have 4 other heroes that are playing with map hack, it's better than your 1 hero. I mean, if your 1 hero goes in with a BKB, you can provide a similar circumstance on the...
I think it's also really nice here. Dendi's going for 1-2. They don't have a bunch of lockdown, and while the AA Blast does apply to you through BKB, the damage tick from Frostbite doesn't tick at all. We have a hook shot.
Nice blink.
Well played. He was silenced, but you can still blink away. But let's see, we have an engagement on the other side. Toby, he's taking a lot of damage. They managed to pick off the Dazzle immediately, but Seneko going hard with that BKB onto Puppy. He throws out an Ice World. It's gonna hit gold. GQ manages to dodge it. He does get the little effect applying, and on the sidelines, it looks like Puppy's still going down. Misery now gonna be chased. He's just gonna try to TP up, but the Searing Chains managed to stop that Axe Flow, still very low, somehow alive. And Dendi, he has Sonic Wave. He's just trying to get his bomb over there. And now Seneko, he's gonna take off a stun, but this guy, he is tanky. He is a Night Stalker. He manages to take a crit from Envy. He burns down, and it looks like Dendi doesn't want to go in on this one, so finally Secret taking a team fight, and you can see Envy's like, maybe we do Roshan, but I don't think they have enough in the tank, especially with Dendi having that Sonic Wave to just throw in the pit. So Secret showing signs of life, but it is still looking like a rough road for them.
I think that fight was actually a pretty big Navi miss there. The way Soneko isolated the Ancient Apparition as the target, and refused to cast any spells like the Silence when the AA Blast came out or something, it was real weird to me, because I understand that he can withstand the damage with the BKB against the Darkseer and Ancient Apparition, even though he was zoning them, they already lost the dazzle, and the teamfight was a mess because the clockwork hook didn't connect, and they obviously missed the blink initiation on Weeha. Speaking of which, when you go on an Alchemist and he already popped the Chemical Rage, I don't actually see the point in the Orchid. I feel like you should just blink and then scream right away to cancel that potential blink coming up. But as it stands, Weeha was able to react very, very fast and got out of that. So yeah, I don't know, Na'Vi were pretty split up in the fight that they should have had the advantage over because they had the nighttime vision, they just placed the ward
and they're so far ahead. I mean, levels superior. Yeah. I also wanted to point out that this is an Alc who has had stacks. I mean, obviously he's had a bit of a rough game. He's 2 and 5, but he only has 370 GPM. So, because I keep checking, going, what's your next item gonna be? And he does finish up that Solar Crest, but he's not rocking a lot of new stuff. And actually, Envy's gonna get his Blink Dagger up. So I think that Secret, they're getting themselves now into a point. I'm not quite sure that they can take Na'Vi on head to head, but they're getting there. And it looks like we're gonna be seeing Misery going for that full stop. I was kind of expecting a Blink Dagger here.
Against the Clockwork, Force Staff is like a must because whenever you get isolated by Clockwork, you can't just assume that you're gonna tank like 5 seconds of battery assault. You have to get out of the clogs as soon as possible.
Yeah, it is something where obviously Blink great for initiation, but as you mentioned with Clockwork, you probably want your AA or your Bane to also be making a force staff to help whoever else gets stuck in the cogs. So Na'Vi gonna maybe think about going aggressively on the mid lane. Is that a smoke coming out again from Secret? I feel like they've used a lot of these, and we'll take a look-see. Yeah, they don't have another smoke for 10 minutes, but if they can pick up Seneko here again, this would be fantastic. I think it's a hard ask for them to catch out Dendi, but Pylai, he does have that Fiend's Grip, and we haven't seen that yet. MV initiates, but the immediate BKB coming out from Seneko, trying to make something happen since he popped that BKB. We're gonna hear a stun coming up from Leon. Again, if they take out the Dazzle before this fight themselves, there's gonna be a hook shot onto Puppy now, isolating him. Leon gets Sonic Wave down. The cogs actually being what kill off the Ancient Apparition, and MV's trying to stand and fight, but 1 life down, and Seneko gets the shallow grave. He'll probably fall here anyway, but that gives him a bit more time to go ham. And now Dendi's going in, picks up the Bane. Envy, it looks like it's going to be going down a second time as Dendi just pops that BKB. It doesn't care about your blade mail. A nice go on the sidelines by Misery, but we have the TP coming in. Are they going to chase? It doesn't look like they can quite catch up to him, Surged, especially since Dishirod doesn't have much mana on him. So another good team fight coming out of Na'Vi, and they're going to be very happy about that one. Big win, transition it into maybe a top and a mid push.
This is somewhat of an interesting point. I don't think I should be going too in-depth about this kind of thing, but I found it weird that while they were fighting the 4 people on the side of Secret and wiping them at the bottom side there, we saw Misery. He actually vacuumed to execute the Seneko, who was like running away with like 20 life points. And Didyara actually had a remnant there when he was porting into the creek. So I feel like if Seneko just spammed ping and he was dying and told Didyara that he walked by a remnant from the remnant, Didyara, instead of keeping with bot for 3 seconds, he would have just remnanted back, and he would have actually had enough mana to Searing Chain to wall, and that could have resulted in a 5-man wipe on the side of Secret. I think Seneko might be the fight. I don't know.
I have to imagine he's not. We've heard good reports that he really helps with this Na'Vi lineup. Clearly he plays really well. He did a lot of good work. Everybody, I think, has seen his Wyvern Havost play, where he's running around like a madman, keeping Havost alive, while Havost is just repeatedly engaging on like 10% health. But I feel like, as you said, it may have just been heat of the moment. Maybe Seneko was pinging it out, but Dichira had another kill in mind. He was, as you said, deep in the team fight on this side, trying to make sure that they got the kills on Envy and the Alk. So either way, we're going to be seeing them go in. Dendi, he's got his BKB. He's actually going to go for Shiva's. No Aghanim this time, but Misery. Oh, they managed to catch him with the Searing Chains. And a hook shot to boot. Okay, that was great prejudice.
Why not? You know, Na'Vi can actually, do they have a medallion on them? I feel like they can actually go for
Yes, they have one on the Dazzle. They've had it for a while. Kind of his only item. But they're now 10,000 net worth ahead. 15,000 experience. This is, I believe... Okay, no, I don't have the stat on this one. I know it's under 10% of teams come back. I know the 20,000 stat is 1.5% of teams come back. And Art Style doing some casual Warden action. I mean, I feel like Na'Vi, this game, I'm always a fan of swap going Ags, but obviously they're having the spacing to take these team fights really on their terms or disengage, so she doesn't need to worry about having the ult up all the time, it seems. And that's really helping out this line of Na'Vi. I just feel like this whole game has been on their terms, even though Secret is repeatedly smoking.
Yeah. You might argue that Secret just seem like they're forced to smoke. They don't have too many other options.
Yeah.
Between the blocking the camps and the neutrals and Stalker walking around in the first night and actually securing kills like that against Secret, a real surprise nonetheless, but there might be another engagement as Secret try to hold their base the best they can, but replay.
Now, I have to say, I'm constantly impressed by how Seneko has played this. It's really hit or miss. I mean, I can't stress that enough. It's something where maybe you go for a kill, there's a TP rotation, and you dive too deep, and then you're off the map for most of your nighttime. It's not grand. So, we'll be seeing what's coming out here. Dichira, of course, as I pointed out earlier, he's picked up that baby crit. The Chrysalis is on the deck, and we'll be seeing. And now, Seneko going for that Aghanim Scepter. A little bit surprised they don't try to go for a pickup before this push, and yeah, as I say that, they end up backing out. Could be Roshan, and that's what Dendi seems to want.
I think they can do it. Of course, they are going up against the ancient apparition, so they have to be wary of that. They should have a sentry down. Yeah, they do have a sentry down. They can actually spot out the A class, and here we are. They're gonna back it off.
It's actually really funny too. I feel like the Wombo combo from Secret in the burst pit is way superior to Navi, so maybe this will be the time to shine. But they have to actually go for it, and
I feel like he should just pop the darkness and take away the vision as much as possible because they know there's a fight here, but here we go.
Yeah, instead he just decides to run into them. He hasn't thrown out the silence yet. He's close to that void. I mean, he does have 2 lives here, but he may be burning one very quickly, and he's not respawning in a great position. Seneko just going ham. He's stopping the rest of them, but that is... Oh no, the self-stun on Weehaw! Seneko's going to be fiend up, immediately silenced by Dendi. He's now got his BKB active. He's going in. They pick up Envy in the back lines, and now it's looking like Weehaw to follow. I wouldn't be surprised if Secret just pulled a GG here, but Misery, he's going to just manage to TP out knowing they don't have anything. Hookshot already being used. That was just, I mean, I think Envy a little bit too far out, and the fact that the team back, oh, Seneko, okay, it's like a level 2 A loss. Yeah, it's not going to kill anyone.
I'm still surprised that he didn't pop Dark for the entire duration of that fight. Okay, if you don't need it, I guess not.
Yeah, save it to the uphill maybe was his thought process, although I agree with you, it's a bit weird, interesting. I feel like Secret just taking these engagements a bit poorly. Maybe not... I mean, I've seen Envy play Wraith King a bunch, so I'm a little confused. It feels like he's trying to be too aggressive. I think that's the 5th self-stun I've seen this game.
Honestly, simply put, they're definitely not playing up to par of what people expect them to be. Over the last few days, I don't know if crumbling is the right word, but they haven't been able to connect their pieces together, and don't know what it is. Maybe the finals loss to OG and the majors really hurt them, but as it stands, they really are not playing up to par how they normally would. From the earlier TPs, the unnecessary reactions, and people just like getting caught overall, the way they move around the map. It was so silly. Like playing against Night Stalker, you'd imagine Secret's one of the best teams against these kind of early aggressions. Just be able to calculate movements and expect where level 3, level 4 Night Stalker would be, but you just get caught out from 20% life points, their own woods and stuff. It just doesn't seem very Secret-esque.
Yeah, and I mean, we've touched on this already. Clearly Navi's at a 15,000 net worth lead, 20,000 experience, but I can't remember the last time I saw a game where MV was, you know, 6th, 7th on the net worth chart.
Yeah, he's usually one of the best, one of the most efficient farmers. Somebody who farms very aggressively. Of course, again, you are limited to a Wraith King. You don't have a battle period to start. You're not gonna be creeps right away. And as we can see, even at bottom, he's struggling to clear out creeps one by one. He's got a blade mill and a blink dagger. Nothing that really helps him CS. But I do not want to take away credit from Navi though. I mean, it's not the first or second time they're coming back this week. The fact that the Dendi, he's been playing really well, and his positioning has been super.
Can you really say they've come back multiple times this week? I feel like it's that they're back.
Man. Navi and Alliance, they're back like 3 to 4 times a week. Let me tell you. Depends on the match count.
Excellent. That means that you'll be able to see them at a Twitch channel near you. Either way, Misery, oh, EC's old style. Okay, I also have to comment on this on Misery. I feel like it's a bit of a mistake against an early Orchid on the QOP, and of course this crippling fear, which is 8 seconds now at nighttime. How does he not have Guardian Greaves? I understand you need the blink, the force staff to get away from the Clockwork Blink for initiation, but I feel like Guardian Greaves could have saved a number of team fights here.
Well, the thing with the Dispel is it's only on him, and to be completely honest, I feel like right now, what's stopping him from casting spells is actually not the fear. I do agree, normally that's a concern. This game, it seems like all the other squishy targets are going down first, and he doesn't have to watch out too much for himself. If anything, I feel like maybe Blink Dagger is actually the right choice for him, because he's the one that's so far in the back lines and they never go for him. And honestly, the other thing is probably BKB. I think BKB is really good against Navi this game. And Lotus Orb is also a really fine choice.
Yeah, and it looks like clockwork, speaking of Lotus Orb, is building up one for his team. It could also be a Lincoln's, I guess, but it's really nice, I think, against a lot of these stuns coming out that all, I mean, because Secret's so single target, I feel like the Lotus Orb here could just really be what helps them siege the high ground and make sure that Dendi isn't in too much of a pickle. So,
oh yeah, full teams. A lot of the spells. Like with Lotus Orb, you can remove the Orchid, you can remove the Change, you can remove the Crypt Clear, the Void Slow. There's a lot of tools to bounce back as well. And as you said, on the side of Secret, there's the Riptide Blast, Alchemist Stun, all Bane spells are single target.
Yeah, and Cold Feet and so on. It's not great. But I also wanted to point out the Aghanims, it just needs to be flown out to Night Stalker, so I think that's on its way. He's had a gem for the duration anyway, because Odd Style's, you know, a charitable dazzle. He's gonna give you a gem, no matter what happens, and Odd Style also maybe finishing treads now. Could be something else, but he's managing, despite his team's overwhelming net worth lead, to be second last in net worth.
Yeah. He's content. I mean, there's 4 heroes on the side of Navi right now, which are above 10k net worth at 35 minutes. Yeah. This is a very, very nice spot to be in. And wow, that crit coming out of Disastrous, melting the Alchemist down half-life points, forcing him to jump into rage even under his tower.
Oh, but he might actually be in a really bad spot. I think he's gonna auto-attack him down. The Sonic Wave used to pick him up. He's on the deck now for 50 seconds. How are they gonna take this fight? I mean, he's a good portion of their base defense. Envy, he's thrown out that Race Fire blast, so there's gonna be an A blast. At the same time, Envy is being picked up. They managed to catch out Odd Style. Bane goes down in the back lines. Envy is getting very low, and they're just gonna focus on the tower. They don't need to actually pick up anyone here. They can just take the base and win the game.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna be able to slow, but still whittle down the base here. Not much rebuttal coming out. A blast is down, and Wraith King has his tools up, but all he can do is just go in there and suicide and hope his second life does a load.
So we're gonna be seeing Envy. He's going for it. He throws out a Race Fire block. He actually got this beautiful wall backing combo, but Envy, he's got it low. He's taking a lot of damage. He does have that second life. He's trying to fight with Kaneko. He's got Ion Shells on him. Are they gonna at least kill the Nightman himself? It doesn't look like it. And now Envy, he is isolated out. Dijaroff tearing him apart, and he's gonna go down. He does use that buyback. We have Pilot Die on the sidelines. Doesn't have that Fiend Strip, but let's see if they can at least save the racks. And at the same time, Envy, he's teaming into death. Oh, Alton's coming back in Weehall, and we see the GG calls. Weehall wants to at least get someone, but he's heal bombed. And that's gonna be it. I mean, it wasn't that quick, but it was a quickly executed game from the lineup of Navi, doing fantastically there. I mean, final four equivalents.
It really seemed like Navi had their pieces together, and Secret just were pretty jumbled from the 5-minute mark onwards. I mean, they had this aggressive trialing thing going on. They were securing their early lanes with the Bane Elemental. And then it just started falling apart when Navi